Right. Just realised that I'm not streaming live 40k music, am I? So I need to change that. And it looks like we're live on YouTube, which is good. Like I said, we're definitely not streaming music today, which is kind of annoying because that's gonna have gone on to the go live, isn't it, for Twitch? But there we go. Live and you learn. Shouldn't be too hard to change, should it? Right. Oh, seriously, why is everything so bloody difficult? Right, that'll do. War Mumak live painting, right? Lord of the Rings live now, although bit late for that, isn't it? Let's face it. Oh well. Not the end of the world, is it? Anyway, we got any of the regulars with us yet? And yeah, there's the bot. Get the old bottage on the go. Yeah, I've had a bit of a rough week, to be honest. That's why I haven't been on. And I was wondering what's going on there. I just realised I haven't got the backlight on. So, you know, when you haven't streamed for a little bit, getting everything all tickety-boo again and getting into the swing of things takes a while. There we go. That's better. Let's go and Zen. Oh, sweet man. I saw your orcs in the hobby zone, mate. I said that little the way that you paint the orc skin with the contrast is, you know, it's easy but more like fast and effective. There we go. That sounds a bit more diplomatic, doesn't it? It looks decent. But yeah, this looks garbage at the moment. I've realised I've made a mess. What I should have done, I don't know why I didn't paint the earth first. I'm going to dry brush this earth now, and then I'm just going to be going over all of these bits I've painted. I don't know why I've done that. That's such a like noob mistake. Like, I spent all of that time like painting these little goons up, and now I'm just going to go dry brush straight over them. Like, I just have no idea why I've done that. So yeah, let's just get that out of the way now and done, because that's frustrating to say the least. And we got the going to be doing our music stream tomorrow for those of you who are about. Thinking maybe it'd be better to do like a music stream perhaps every 2 weeks or something, as opposed to every week. Now the thoughts behind that, or the thought behind that, is kind of feel like, you know, sometimes you don't want too much of a good thing, do you? And oh, great, good start. Let me know if the music is too loud as well. And like I said, I've already just already got paint all over the bloody whatever this is called, the mat, the drawing mat, isn't it? I actually put an order in for some fancy or semi-fancy dry brushes, just because I thought, you know what, I'll give them a go. And they didn't have any in stock, so I've had to cancel that order. Which is quite frustrating, as it held up another order. Now I'm wondering if I can kind of dry brush over these a little bit, and by doing that, actually we're going to be doing some slap chop on the base, and we'll have a look. We'll see how that kind of turns out. And like, a lot of this is going to be covered up with dry pigment anyway. I really thought I'd be able to rattle this base out really quickly, but it's got a lot of detail on it, like a lot. So I feel like today I'm just going to be reapplying and just going over stuff I've already done, really, because I've kind of made a bit of a hash of it. Yeah, it's not the end of the world, but it certainly is a bit of an annoyance. But maybe you got to like trust in the process, right? Because it's not gonna look bad when it's done. This could potentially help it quite a lot. Let's say potentially. We'll see. I'm going to go over these bits quite quickly.
I am beset by the horror!
Bloody Twitch Prime, mate, yeah. It's just Twitch in general. Like, Twitch, like, it's unsubbed me from people that I know I've subbed to before, and like unfollows and stuff like that. And I've said before, I mean, it's super frustrating, like, you know, that YouTube does things like that. I mean, you know, you spend all of this time trying to build up a crew of people who like what you do, and then somebody doesn't watch you for a few weeks, and, you know, Twitch and YouTube see fit that they will unsub them. Yeah, I've had a bit of a rough week with the funeral on Monday. And just didn't want to stream or put myself out there or Even going to work. I thought, fuck it, I'm not going. Perhaps unprofessional, but, you know. It's not like I'm earning mega bucks. So I thought, nah, fuck it, man. Don't need to be some sort of work martyr, you know what I mean? There's plenty of those out there. Yeah, if you could do us a favour as well, Zen, and just maybe watch on YouTube as well, man, and put the old mute button on. You never know, one day the algorithm might see fit to pop me out there. I actually think that little bit of dry brush in there, and like I said, what we're doing here is a slap chop, really. Unintentional slap chop on the bodies in the cloak, but it looks kind of cool. I mean, I think like slap chop is a proper legit way to paint, you know. Like, it looks alright to me when people paint like that, and I know there's painting snobs out there that would find some sort of umbrage with that, but you know, whatever, mate. I think certainly if you're like some sort of tournament player and, like, you know, you want to paint your own minis, then what is up with somebody putting a bit of slap chop on that, you know? Why would you sort of look down upon that? I think that a lot of the time, you know, as long as the paint's on the model, mate, then people should be applauded. Hey, JJ, man. Oh! You've just... Sorry, mate, you might have to... I'm gonna have to do that redeem for you again. And good to see you back, JJ. Like I said, I'll get that mini posted to you when because I'm going to be posting a few things to the States, so it's going to be, I hope you don't mind, it'll be a couple of weeks. I'm assuming there's no rush. But what did we just redeem? Crazy Theories. Here we go. This is your redeem, mate. Sorry about that. I didn't have the...
Garth has many strange theories. Broccoli coming from space is just one. I don't like broccoli. I don't eat it as a rule.
Yeah, like I said, JJ, I've never forgotten that $300 bloody dollars you donated, man. That is like by far the biggest donation the channel's ever had, and especially back then, like, I fucking needed it, man. Like I said, it's all worked out though. My missus is over here now, but at that point was kind of a low point in that journey. And the model I'm going to send you, mate, is this one here. So it's a little bit bright there, isn't it? Maybe I should turn down the do I need it? Yeah, look. So I'll send you this bloke here, and if you want me to rebase him for you, I can rebase him before I send him as well. I might even redo some of him, because I painted that a long time ago, but seeing as you said that you were you know, seeing as you mentioned Blood Angels, I was like, well, look, I've got this guy right, you know, I've got that guy there, like, he's not doing anything for me, man. Might as well give him to, you know, someone who's gonna, you know, enjoy him. And like I said, I did paint up that Abaddon in, and it's really annoying because I was really happy with the paint job that I did on that Abaddon. I mean, I know you saw the pictures. I just wonder what happened to that. Like, I posted it, you know, to the address that you gave me and everything, and it just never arrived. And, you know, not only is that disappointing for you because, you know, I'm sure, you know, it was a lot of money that you gave me, man. But not only did it not arrive, right, for you, but for me, it makes me seem like a twat, like I didn't post it or something. And yeah, and I was really, really happy with it as well. Like I said, I painted that up as Khorne, and I thought, you know, man, he'd be able to use this guy in his army as like a champion or something like that. Obviously not as Abaddon, unless you wanted to use the old model for it. But, you know, I spent that time painting it. Was really happy with the paint job, and God knows where it's gone now. It's probably gone to like some, I don't know, like unclaimed parcel lot or something like that. Next time I post stuff, I'm going to make sure it's like signed for or whatever. Like, I hope like somebody didn't like leave it on your doorstep or something like that, and somebody just thieved it and then went, what the hell is this? I was expecting like an iPad or something. What am I going to do with this? And then just chucked it in the bin, do you know what I mean? Maybe someone stole it. I mean, yeah, I know. I mean, that's kind of like the obvious thought, isn't it? Unfortunately. Real scummy though, isn't it? Oh yeah, man. I'll definitely make sure. You know, I'll make sure of the address. I'll be double checking that. For sure, mate. Because like I said, man, I mean, as far as, you know, like legendary donations go, man, I mean, that's by far the biggest donation I've had, you know. I mean, I've had like 20 quid here and there, you know what I mean, but like, that's a lot of money. Yeah, man, it certainly was needed at that time. I've for those who are interested, I've had an order in. I've got the materials I need now to make the puppets for Primarchs at the pub. I've written a new script for the prologue, so perhaps I'll record that in my lunch break tomorrow, the prologue. And then I need to find 5 minutes to sit down and make the actual puppets themselves. I'm actually quite looking forward to making the puppets. I'll probably stream that You know, it's something a bit different, isn't it? Firelock, mate. Oh yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I had a good birthday. I was in Birmingham actually with Zen, incidentally. I mean, I had a great weekend, but it was unfortunately punctuated by a funeral on Monday, and then that kind of messed me up a little bit for the week. I didn't go to work for a couple of days. But I'm back on the proverbial horse now. So tomorrow we'll be doing a music stream again. Back to the usual Friday. And like I was thinking, what do you guys reckon about, instead of every week for the music stream, what do you guys reckon for like once every 2 weeks? What's this base that I'm painting up? It's for the big elephant thing, whatever it's called, a War Mumak. I think that's what it's called. So this is for a commission for Buff Stew if he's about. But yeah, JJ, so things have changed a little bit. So since you were last in, mate, it's been a while. Obviously, I'm hoping that the stream itself looks a lot better. But also, like, those channel redeems are automatic now. So, you know, you can actually just like meme up, do memes and things like that yourself. Sort of set them up. Like, it wasn't working unfortunately that last time we just did it, but they should all be working now. And also for Patreons, they've got their own like personal memes, so people like Zen, who's in the Patreon, they can basically meme to their heart's content. I don't know if there's any other Patreons in the house, but if you are, perhaps you can give our man an example. But yeah, so if you got any channel points loaded up, mate, you can just whack those straight. You can just whack some of those straight in if you're curious. And like I said, theoretically, they should automatically go off. I've had like quite a few sort of like things I've been trying to play around with. Yeah, there we go, no? Nice. See, that was automatic. Yeah, well, like I said, I would hope that the channel's looking a lot better compared to what it did do. I can't remember, you know, it's probably a couple of years since you were last here, right? It's same camera, incidentally. It's just found a better way of utilising it and setting it up. Also, I suppose they call the channel redeems and things like that. You know, I'm trying to make it trying to make everything kind of look as professional as possible. But it's taken a while to get the stream kind of looking this good, to a point where I'm kind of happy with it at the moment. And we're also multi-streaming to YouTube. So I don't know if there's anyone out there in YouTube land. We do have 1 or 2 regulars on the old tubes. The YouTube regulars are few and far between, unfortunately. Hopefully that'll change. About 2 years now, is it? Yeah, it's a while ago, man. It's a long while ago. I can't even think dread to think what the stream was looking like 2 years ago. Speaking of YouTubers, do we have any YouTubers out there? The answer would probably be no on that. How's it going, Dave? Your nan was the internet consultant for the design of this channel. Well, I've got a bone to pick with your nan then, mate. Because there's far too much shite that I have to deal with. Your nan was meant to sort this out for me proper, mate. She said, yeah, man, I'll run the channel for you. But all she did was set it up and run off. And left me to deal with all of this on my own, mate. And what I really wanted was, I wanted somebody to run my Discord, edit all my videos. You know. And your nan just ran away with the cash, mate. Is it thundering where I am? No. Why? What can you hear? Shouldn't be able to hear anything in the background. There's nothing going on in the background. Oh, it could be the actual music itself. I'll turn that down. Microphone might be picking it up. Is that better? It might have been the bass. Right now, how cheeky do I want to be? Is the question. And where have I put the best silver going? That Dave Doggo hates. Where is it? The chrome. The airbrush chrome, mate. Through my headphones.
I am the gatekeeper!
Well, you're the gatekeeper, Neurotech. I thought I'm the gatekeeper here. I thought I'm the gatekeeper, aren't I? How dare you try to take my mantle? Is that the right word for that? Having no army at all. Yeah, and I said this isn't my army, man. I want to get this commission out of the way. I'm hoping that by the end of next week this will be done. Like the whole elephant. And get this posted off, and then we got plenty of other stuff to be working on. Got some plague bearers to be working on. Not plague bearers, sorry. Death Guard. That's getting delivered. I got Zen's frogmen. Forgetting what they're called. Slan. Whatever Slan are called these days. Seraphim or whatever they're called. So we got some interesting stuff on the way. Got some Primaris I need to work on for Rider. So really, I'm gonna look. I've said this before. I need to start literally painting every day for the next like month or something. Maybe even like just doing a whole weekend. I've also got the blobby tank to do as well. But I've got to be conscious of burnout. Because although I need the money, I also need to try not to go too hardcore, because otherwise then I won't end up streaming for like 6 months or something like I did previously. That burnout is real, lads. We've all had it, haven't we? Cities of Sigma? Mate, I'm not even going to pretend to know what Cities of Sigma is. Is that going to be like the new Mordheim or something? When I hear Cities of Sigma, that makes me think of Mordheim. I know that, you know, Mordheim is a well-loved, or was a well-loved game, wasn't it? Like, basically the Necromunda of fantasy. I played it a couple of times. But you know, when it comes to Warhammer Fantasy and things like that, I was always a 40k person. Like, just had like a passing interest in fantasy. It was my mates who would mainly play fantasy, but even back then it was like the actual game itself was not as much of an interest to me. Apart from Necromunda, I used to like playing Necromunda, but even then I'd get kind of stressed out with the game. Have we got anyone there on the tubes, on the old YouTube, who wants to come and say hello? This is live. Got to train the old YouTubers to try and interact. That's the whole point in a live stream. I'm going to add a little bit of blue into this contrast. Reason being, I'm going to pick out some of those rocks. Now, what do you reckon, lads? Do you reckon I could power through this today and get this base done? Yeah, I mean, having hobby burnout for 3 months is actually, it's not really that. 3 months is actually not that long, I reckon. Like I said, I mean, for the channel, I had burnout for about 6 months or something. And when it comes to actually making YouTube videos again, it's real tough because I'm just you know, my stuff just doesn't hit the algorithm, or maybe my videos are just not good on YouTube. Like the hobby, you know, the hobby competition is high, man, these days, isn't it? Yeah. Sort of average, mediocre hobby videos don't really cut it these days, does it? And I reckon that my videos aren't average or mediocre personally, but obviously everyone else does. It's the problem. I said I was actually, the reason I'm thinking about this like immediately, I always think about it, but I actually watched one of Major Kill's videos. It was just like talking about sort of lore channels that are kind of like languishing, and I was like, my YouTube started off as a lore channel, didn't it? But those in the know what's coming next, and we're going to be starting a brand new channel soon. Like a completely brand new YouTube channel, which I kind of want you all to be involved with. What I'm actually going to do is start putting some things up on the old Patreon. Zen's heard a proto version, and I think Colossus has as well. But Primarchs at the Pub is going to be the next forte on the old YouTube. Obviously I'm going to keep the streams going and stuff, but I mean, like I said, I think the times of just the average hobby video and things like that, I think I need to work on something else. And like I said, that something else is Primarchs at the Pub. Let's work together. Let's be the new TTS. Even though I wasn't a big fan of TTS, I know a lot of people did like it, but I think we can do some proper British humour, mate. Involving Primarchs. Being at the pub, incidentally. Adult as well. And not just the endless sort of memes that I see these days, which are basically just, I don't know, some other comedy thing with like put onto a Space Marine's head. Seems like, loads of people like that kind of stuff. I just don't understand it personally. I'm like, why is that funny? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I mean, obviously I'm missing a trick, because those sort of videos are a piece of piss to put together. So just get like some clip of Will Smith and just like splice his head in on top of a Space Marine saying something mildly funny with something along the lines of like, when Space Marines meet Chaos Marines or something like that, and then that'll get like 1 million views. And in my head I'm like, why? Does anyone else want to fill me in on that? What am I missing? Get blinded by what minis, Neurotic? What minis are you talking about? Do you mean those new ones? I feel like this is probably the wrong size brush. Yes, it is. Sometimes you pick up a brush and you're like, can I get away with it? In my head I knew I couldn't get away with that. but I tried it anyway. Yeah, we really don't want to go overboard with the detail on the base. It's kind of a waste of time. Right, any suggestions? What colour are hooves? Like horses' hooves. They're dark, right? They're like, if it's like a dark horse, they normally have dark hooves as well, right? Am I right in thinking that?
You will be punished!
Who's going to be punished? Let's go, Mitch.
He's a French bastard. He's a French bastard.
Oh man, we haven't heard that classic sharp memeage in a while. Right, show of hands. Who's going to be up for the who's going to be up for a bit of tunage tomorrow? Are we all going to be about? As tomorrow we're returning to the usual Friday music slot. So we've got one. Zen's going to be about. Anyone else? Might actually have a special guest with us tomorrow. When I say special guest, it's just a mate of mine, but he said he might just come around for the stream. So you might see a random goon in the background of tomorrow's stream. Is that someone's leg in there or what? What is that? Maybe a bow quiver? Like some of the stuff, it's hard to work out what it's meant to be. So just like battlefield detritus.
I have slain many harder foes.
Oh, Neurotic, man. Thanks for the cheer. You legend, mate. Much appreciated, man. Thank you very much, mate. You know, there are stickers and stuff like that you can put on the screen as well, Nero. In case if you want a bit more interaction with your bits, which sounded a little bit off, didn't it? But I'm going to stick with that. So there's stickers, sound effects. And if you want to go real,
get your ass to Mars. Get your ass to Mars. Get your ass to Mars. Get your ass to Mars.
And if you want to be the true Savage supporter, mate, and you want endless memes, get on the Patreon. I can actually load in your own personal memes. How many more Patreon shills can I fit in today's stream, do you reckon, lads? Another 10? Maybe one per 5 minutes? I mean, back in the day, before cost of living crisis, the we used to get like endless memeage and stickers and stuff like that, man. Yeah, I hear that Baldur's Gate, everyone's going on about it. Isn't it like quite a faithful remaking of like actual D&D? Like they've actually done it right.
Are you sure about that?
Like, you know, because like making D&D on a computer, you know, in theory it's kind of easy, isn't it? But in practice, you know, it hasn't always quite worked out that way, has it? Kurtwig, how's it going? You going to be ready for the sharp music stream tomorrow, Kurtwig? It was you last time, wasn't it? It goes, is that sharp? Have you got any more sharp songs? It's like, yes, actually. Quite a few. Wasn't it you and your fella, or am I getting confused? It was, yeah, man. It was a sharp mix, wasn't it? Yeah, not sure what time we'll be starting that off tomorrow. Depends on the sales gods, and there's almost a zero chance of me finishing early tomorrow because I had a couple of days off work this week. Yeah, this is really going to take me a lot longer than I thought. I like D&D 5th edition rules. I know that can be quite controversial, but I actually like 5th edition. And some of it can be a little bit too dumbed down, so when I play it, like, there are some extra house rules, especially in combat. Like, add like things like flanking and stuff like that, which makes more sense to me. I think the flanking rule actually came from 4th edition, which is rare for anything to carry over from 4th edition, because 4th edition was not good, to put it. Well, I was going to say to put it bluntly, 4th edition sucked. And it was far too bloated. And they basically just tried to make some sort of card game, but on card game D&D. I mean, when I got to like, I think I got to like about level 7 playing 4th edition with a paladin or whatever. And it just became so unwieldy. Like, so many different things and different powers, and like, you know, and I was quite organised about it as well. Like, I had all my encounter powers and stuff like that on cards and things. Because there's no other way to do it, really. There was no other way that you could kind of do that. I haven't played D&D in a long time, just because I haven't got enough time. Because in my friend group, I am the DM, like nobody else DMs, so if I want to play D&D, it's Muggins here is the DM, or I don't play D&D, you know what I mean? You know, if somebody else could be the DM, then I'd love to play more D&D. But like I said, I'm kind of stuck in that regard. I have played D&D one-shots with random people one time. Down, you know, one of the local game stores. But I think that's the first and last time I'm going to do that, to be honest. And like, my main sort of D&D was when I was living in Japan. That was like my most sort of hardcore D&D phase. I'm almost tempted to start adding... I really am like tempted to start adding some, dry pigment onto this, because I feel like I just don't want to waste too much time on stuff that's going to be covered up by dust and things like that. Because even giving this a sort of cursory, almost rudimentary paint job, I'm going to say, at this stage, like, a lot of this is just going to get covered up. And also it's meant to, you know, this is like a battlefield, isn't it? So, and we've got the massive, you know, we've got the actual massive elephant itself is going to be sitting on this, and people's eyes aren't going to be drawn too much near to, you know, too much to the base. And you know, it's not going for a golden demon. There's no point in, you know, there really is no point in wasting effort on stuff that nobody's going to see. especially when you could be painting something else, or you know, getting another bit of the main model done. Yeah, so sometimes I sort of see, like, you know, some people like paint like underneath the models and stuff like that, and you're like, mate, literally no one's ever gonna see that. Like, that was a complete waste of time. Jeremiah, how's it going? There we go. There's one of our YouTube regulars, look. I'm good, Jeremiah, mate. Thanks for asking. Had a bit of a rough week, but yeah, coming out of that now, we can leave that in the past. I think what's really going to set this off is going to be all the blood and stuff. I feel like maybe I need to get a few eyes in here. Just like staring coldly out into nothing. Dead. What is going on with D&D now? In what sort of way? I heard that there's loads of stuff going on with modern D&D, like loads of goss, right? Loads of hobby goss going on with D&D. So I don't know if that was the right idea to paint that guy's eyes or not, because I kind of don't want it to look like as if he's just like laying down. Like it's just taking a little snooze under the elephant. And Dave Doggo, how could you not know I was into D&D, man? Surely it's... If somebody's like painting models on stream and stuff like that, man, there's probably a high chance the bloke has or does play D&D, do you know what I mean? I would have thought that would have been a given. Right, so chaps, what do you reckon? Do you reckon I should maybe put some... start putting the dry pigment on? No, I should probably pick out some more of these swords and stuff, actually. But then I reckon we should be in dry pigment territory then. Otherwise, like I said, the stuff we're going to paint is just going to be pointless. And that dry pigment will make a big difference on this, like an insane difference. No, I know it's going to do that, but I'll have to wait for this wash to dry actually. So while we're waiting for this wash to dry, we can definitely maybe pick out some other bits. Sort of like some odd sculpting bits like that where like, it's kind of like an old-fashioned way to do it, isn't it? Where that spear, look. You see, it's like, you know, when you look at it straight, obviously it's flat, but then it's kind of like a bit odd. And again, like the blood and stuff on this is really gonna make it. I feel I might use some coat d'arms black wash on some of these like horsetails and stuff, because they're not really dark enough, in my humble opinion. And this coat d'arms super black wash is something that I'm gonna need more of. Can you still buy them? I guess so. You can just buy them. I'm guessing you can still buy them direct from Black Hat. I don't think they're available on like Element Games and stuff like that anymore, unfortunately. And there are other options, aren't there, for there are more fashionable options these days that people go for, I think. When I say more fashionable, you know what I'm saying, lads. You know, like people, like, you know, there's like Nostalgia 88 and stuff. I really want to give them a go, but, you know, I don't want to buy paints unnecessarily just to try them, you know what I mean? You know, I've already got enough bloody paints that are barely or, like, you know, not used enough. Scale Creep Miniatures, that's an interesting name, I like that. You know, I said there's loads of well, I say loads, there's definitely more people that cater to old Hammer inclined people like myself these days than there were a few years ago. I almost think it's kind of become fashionable these days, right? You see, like, they've got that 90s Marine challenge and stuff like that. I mean, which I'm all for. Go for it, mate. But, like, you know, you can just, like, read the comments, mate. Like, you know, people that, like, you know, a few weeks ago were saying, oh, the old sculpts are so crap. Terrible, aren't they? Oh, I don't understand, like, why people still like them. And now they're like, oh, I've got some new appreciation for some of the old sculpts. I quite like them, actually. And it's like, oh, what? Because some YouTuber told you that, mate? Some famous YouTuber, and now suddenly you change your tune? Yeah, mate. We know the deal. We know your sort. You weren't there. you weren't there when Gollum threw the Goblin Green into the into the chasm of Mordor or whatever. Yeah, I know I completely messed that quote up, but you know, live with it. Live with it. Has anyone tried any of those new paints? You know, like a paint that I haven't tried and I'm very curious about is obviously Duncan Rhodes's paints. We all love a bit of the old Duncan, don't we? I kind of respect Duncan a bit more now that he's left GW. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you know, he doesn't just paint with GW paints. He like uses the whole spectrum of stuff, doesn't he? He's not, what's the word? Hamstrung anymore? Yeah, the man that gave us the two thin coats meme. Must be respected. I'd be interested to see what the bloke's actually like, do you know what I mean? Because he comes across, I mean, as a nice bloke, doesn't he? You know? He seems like the sort of geezer that you'd be able to get along with. And I know that I rub some people up the wrong way just because I'm quite, well, just who I am. I know I'm very honest and brash, which, you know, doesn't always sit with everyone too well. You know, I'm not one of those people who can be just, you know, well happy about everything. Like, you know, if I don't like something, I'm gonna say it. And you know, this is the internet, so you know, having a strong opinion generally means that you're gonna piss people off unless you're just going, oh, that's great, you know. Like I said, Duncan seems like he would be kind of a nice chap, you know? It's that kind of cushy geezer vibe. Neurotic? Hang on, Neurotic, weren't you just on Twitch? Or am I getting confused? You just being a super fan and helping me out, Neuro? If so, I very much appreciate it. Oh God. Kind of giving that geezer a proper neckbeard there, like a real bad neckbeard. He's got like no mouth now. He's just like beard. He's just like beard eater. Need to get some wash on that in a bit. The wash will help clean up a multitude of painting sins. Will it not, lads? What colour horses are? Are not horses' eyes black? Really looking forward to doing the gore on this at the end. I don't even know who Louise Sugden is, mate. I mean, you know, it's like, that's like a dream for me, isn't it, to have that many people watching me? But not really. don't see that happening anytime soon, if ever, to be brutally honest with you. And that's something I've come to accept over my Twitch career, if that's what you want to call it.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, maybe. You're going to hold me to that. It'd be nice to look back on it one day and go, Jesus Christ, remember that? Remember saying that, Garth, and now look at you. But I fear this will not happen. I just wonder if I'd even be able to stream the same as I do now with that many people. Like, you know, would I be able to be as frank as I am? Yeah, of course I would. I wouldn't change, would I? Not until I get my GW NDA or whatever it is. Then I'll change. Isn't that right, Dave? How things with you, Colossus, anyway, mate? Alright, and you're a tick, mate. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for all the bits. Those are much appreciated, my friend. We added up my, doubled my stream revenue. Those 200 bits, mate. Cheers, man. Who have we still got with us, anyway? Report in, Autobots. So know who's here and who isn't. Alright, the usual suspects are all here. No, that's not the right paint, is it? But I can mix it. I'm not even sure what that's meant to be. I think it's, like I said before, I think it's some sort of arrow. I was going to say arrow queef, then it's not an arrow queef, is it? What do arrows get carried in? It's not queefs, is it? Quiver. That's the word, isn't it? Just get the arrows from my arrow queef. Oh, give myself a giggle there. Chad Smith, mate. First time viewer, mate. Welcome, Chad. Let me get on the shill immediately. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Like and subscribe. Get me on Patreon as well. Did I mention like and subscribe? please do. But yeah, Chad, you're welcome in anytime you want, man. And in case you're wondering what's going on and why it seems like I'm talking to myself sometimes, it's there's a double stream going on, so we're half on Twitch and half on the YouTubes. So if you want to join us again, like I said, the subscribe button, or get on Twitch and I'll be on there as well. And if you're about tomorrow, we're going to be doing some 40k inspired live dance music. And yeah, you heard me right. I play live sort of geek inspired music. So it's not just, you know, I don't use a computer either, so I use groove boxes and synthesizers and whatever I've got in my arsenal at that time. Sometimes I just make up a song on the spot, which is normally potentially hilarious, but same time, it kind of depends, mate, because I've got a day job and I do sales, so it really just depends on, you know, how many sales we've had in for the week and how nice my boss is feeling. But I had to take a couple of days off this week, man, for some personal issues, and those personal issues being that I had to go to a funeral, so I can't imagine the boss is going to be too lenient with me. I mean, he's a nice chap and that, but I mean, I kind of pulled a sickie, if I'm brutally honest. And if he's watching, he knows that already, so I already said to him what was going down. But yeah, it's nice to know that the actual algorithm has filtered in a couple of new people. And I will warn you, though, sir. I will warn you, Chad. The music is not for everyone, because, like I said, it is going to be drum and bass, happy hardcore, and it's geek. So, yes, it's to say it's niche is the understatement of the century, basically. But I do have my dedicated gang of sharp loving, as in sharp as in major sharp, drum and bass sharp lovers. Mate, it's not me you got to worry about, man. I mean, I should have gone to work, but I've got my own things in my past and it kind of set off a little bit, and it just kind of messed me up a little bit, which don't want to go into for obvious reasons. But what I do want to go into is, chaps, what colour are horses' eyes? Are they black? Need to get the dead horse's eyes right. Yeah, I think we'll just go with black, right? That kind of makes sense. And I kind of want to do a kind of mottled horse on this one, although I'm not quite sure kind of want this horse to be white, so it like stands out, and you can tell he's one of the goodies because he's on a white horse, right? I said it a million times, chaps. If you want to save money, painting, don't ever buy white or black hobby paint. Just go down and get yourself a big massive tube of like Winsor Newton or something like that. There's absolutely no need to spend loads and loads of money on hobby white and black paint. The horses' snouts are normally a different colour, aren't they? I do that way too often. I pick up what I think is Agrax Earthshade and it's actually contrast paint. Doesn't really matter because I mean just thin down that contrast paint does the same thing, but
Traitors, failures, foes.
Rambo, mate? Who got gifted the sub? Oh, our man Dave Doggo. There you go, Dave. You can watch the stream with no adverts now. You absolute ledge. Thanks. Thank you very much.
Traitors, failures, foes.
And another one, mate. Rambo, man. I'm going to give you a special thank you. 2 gift subs in as many seconds, mate. Don't know what to say. So, let's find a special thank you.
Thank you, Sergeant Lynch.
There we go.
My God, lads! Are you going to give him a cheer?
Double thanks from the man, the legend himself, mate. Now an arrow. I think maybe... What colour would the orcs' arrows be? I've got like a feeling like they would kind of be... Like, what colour do you think the flights on there? I think it doesn't really matter. I mean, I think the flights should be quite bright so that you can see them. So what should we go for? Maybe a purple or something like that? It feels quite evil. And some of the blokes on the actual elephant are going to be red and purple, so I think we'll go with purple. I've answered my own question. If I can find a purple. There it is. Yeah, but they don't have to be black if they're black. If the flights are black in the movie, they don't need to be black for the model, do they? Like, unless you want it absolutely, you know, that would be detrimental to the model, I think. So I'm going with purple, just so that you can actually see them. Because also, like I keep saying, I'm going to be putting dry pigment on this in a bit as well. And that dry pigment is going to cover over so much stuff. But it will look so much better when the dry pigment is on there, it's going to look so much better. And the blood on top of the dry pigment will look really, like, it will look quite gruesome. And you know what? Like, is that like somebody's leg or something? I don't. I'm going to do that purple as well, just because that's what I feel like doing at this stage. Because maybe that's like a orc quiver or something. Because there don't seem to be too much dead orc stuff below, like on the deck. Now maybe I should add. Maybe I should try and make some of these hoof prints stand out a little bit more. I don't know, it might be a bit overboard though. But again, probably not. There's that dry pigments going on, as I keep saying. But we are getting really close to dry pigment time. Like, real close. In fact, are we there? Oh no, I wanted to do some. I want the horse to be white, don't I said, didn't I? That horse's ear is not painted for some reason as well. Remember that? Right. Are we there? Are we there, chaps? Wicked Minis doesn't like them. I don't know if I know Wicked Minis, to be honest, mate. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know me, I kind of like live in my own bubble, don't I? Like, I don't keep up to date with like other streamers or even like, you know, hobby stuff, do I really? So I'm not going to pretend to know or pretend to even like to know who that is, mate. Just fuck this. Excuse me. That's not what I was looking for. Oh. Got a raid from our man Bunker. Thank you very much, Bunker, and welcome into all the raiders. My name is Garth, and as you can see, I am painting a Lord of the Rings base at the moment. It's for a War Mumak, is that what it's called? And we're kind of nearing the point where we're going to be putting some dry pigments on and some blood and stuff and kind of making this come to life a bit. I don't want to put too much detail on this because, of course, it's the base, and when I put dry pigments on here, it's going to be a little bit messy, shall we say, and you're not going to see a lot of what's been painted on here. But what were you painting today, Bunker, anyway, man? And I do appreciate you raiding me back after I raided you the other day. Thank you very much.
The glory of the Imperium.
Thanks for the follow. Sorry if there's been a few more follows. Rose Dragon, welcome in. I really need to set this up a little bit better so I can actually see who's following, who hasn't. But yeah, welcome, Rose Dragon. We'll give you a blobby welcome, shall we? This is for you. Now, if that doesn't tell you at least a little bit about the channel that you've just joined, I don't know what will. Alright, Gotti, mate. How have you been, Gotti, anyway, mate? Oh, look at that, Lorna. What? What an emoji. There we go, lads. We need one of those, don't we, for the channel? We need that. Yeah, maybe it's time I actually got like an artist to like make me some emojis and stuff. Like, it doesn't cost too much to get someone to do it. I mean, most of the stuff I've all just done, you know, most of the channel stuff I've done myself. Maybe it's time, eh? Oh yeah, hex label, mate. Elf grey. What an amazing colour. Right, I need a blue. I'm thinking I want quite a nice regal blue. So we'll use another unknown old school paint. A pre-heresy Harriman. I've painted a post-heresy Harriman, like a 40k Harriman, but not a pre-heresy one. How did Harriman go? It was actually quite a fun model to paint. The the disc riding one. Not too much trim. And it's alright if you're painting like one model, but I mean if you're painting a load of Thousand Suns, then the trim just gets to be beyond a joke, you know what I mean? I think we can kind of call that there and get these dry pigments on now. But I want to stick some grass on before I do the dry pigments, thinking about that. Maybe some weird coloured grass. I feel like that grass might look really cool, but maybe that'll kind of...
Black, are you dumb? Are you getting rude to man?
Definitely not blue. Right, this is what we need. Like this sort of colour. And for a big base like this, we can actually go with some big patches. Just a few choice ones though. I might even put some flowers down.
Are you
Oh,
back?
mate, where are the flowers gone? I just picked them up. There we are. And I should probably explain to some of the people on YouTube that might not understand what the hell just happened there. Where I'm streaming on Twitch, other streamers can actually just raid your channel, like with all of their viewers. And so what you just saw there was the raid alarm just went off, and that raid alarm was obviously the SWAT team jumping in there. Right, it's the fun part now, chaps. So I'm just gonna get me some dry pigments. I think I want red, sort of red colour in the dust. Now maybe I'll want some black, depending on what I look, depending on how it looks. I might want to put some like black under the elephant feet, perhaps. And this could end up being a very quick stream, which is a shame because we got some like new heads in today. So maybe I'll try and find something else to kind of paint. And I know this is going to look like I'm just ruining the whole thing, but trust me. Just trust me, ladies and gents. This is going to make it look almost real, you know. And you know, they're meant to be dead in the dust, and this thing's like a this like elephant thing is meant to have come from what do you call it, like the desert, right? So that in my head, that's where this kind of battle is going down. And we can always just, like, if bits are a little bit too dusty, we can just wipe it off. Go back in afterwards. Again, we don't want this to be too crazy anyway, because the main thing's got to be the elephant itself. Hit with ads. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I mean, you know the score, Bunker. Unfortunately, with ads, there's not much we can do about it, is there? I'm just going to actually go over some of these bits that have kind of got a bit too much on them. And just try and wipe it off the top of them. But like I said, we want them to look like they're laying there in the dust, don't we? They've been trodden over, stamped into the ground. Right, now, the fun part. Get some blood on there. Eternal Minis, thanks for the follow. Need to give you a special thank you as well, don't we? This is for you.
It's a trap! Just for hitting that follow button, mate. wrong.
And I said there is a lot of bodies on here, a lot of arrows sticking out of people and stuff. So I don't want to be too stingy with the blood, to be honest. Like normally you kind of like want to be sparing with it. Most therapeutic stream? Oh mate, you haven't I'm afraid if this is the most therapeutic stream you've seen, you haven't been watching me for long enough, I'm afraid, mate. I can get pretty aggro when needed. Where is this guy meant to be? Like, he's just like, looks like he's laying there a little bit. We'll just do that. That makes him look dead. And this guy here has got to be just like sort of laying there, because you know these are medieval battle wounds, aren't they? They're not going to be like not bleeding, are they, everywhere? And I kind of want the blood to really stick out. And like I said, this bloke here, I don't know, you know, where has he been got? Maybe he was done in the back or something. Need something on him. And the horses as well. Otherwise, why would the horses just be laying there? You know, they're obviously dead, aren't they? And the other secret is bits that I've been a bit lazy about. I'll just put some blood on there and nobody will know any different. Oh man, it looks horrific now, doesn't it? I'm looking at that. We get some little splatters on there somewhere as well. See, I told you this is going to be the fun part. I've just got blood paint all over my wall as well now. Oh, my mummy's going to be angry. Ah, that's the that's the muddy shot there. Look, that arm coming off like that. But not too much. Right, I've got to be a little bit restrained. What mission did I pass? You're from Yorkshire, are you, mate? Well, you'll like it on here, Eternal. There's a couple of Yorkshire lads who frequent the channel. Right. We can do some rimming. You heard right. You heard right, chaps. Don't tell anyone. I'm actually using a GW paint to do my rimming today. Actually, is it this one I used? I might have to double check that in a bit. This feels like a sort of... That's not the right colour. That's not the right paint. Right, give me 2 seconds. I need to grab both the elephant and another one. Right, so in case people are wondering, this is the actual elephant itself. Let's zoom out a little bit. So this is the elephant itself, look. And we need to really look and have a little think what he looks like on the base. Yes. Right. I know it's a little bit hard for you guys to see, but that's what we want. That looks fucking sick, lads. That's looking badass. But there is a naughty little GW paint, which is not this one, which I've been using to do the rimming look. And I don't know where I've put it. It's got to be this one. Steel Legion Drab, I think. Oh, is it Rambo? Was it you who put the mission past on there, mate? Good shout, mate. And like I said, man, it is going to get a little bit spicy, lads. We're going to be doing some rimming.
Spicy.
How many times can I make that joke? Ugh, GW paint. Thick as fuck. Oh, sorry, I signed the GW NWA, didn't I? Or whatever it is. NDA. Oh, GW paint is amazing. I love this colour. I love how thick it is and unusable straight out of the pot. I said it's rare that I use GW paints, chaps. In fact, well, apart from like 90s ones, I mean, I think that almost all of the GW paints that I have, apart from the contrasts, have been given to me. I think this might be one of yours, Colossus, that you gave me a while ago. A lot of those paints that you gave me, incidentally, are already dried up, unfortunately. We got any new chaps on the old YouTubes? Or have we all just got randoms over on Twitch?
Mr. Sharp, sir!
Oh, here's our man Cuz, look. You too could have yourself a cool intro if you get on down to Patreon, and I shall make you an intro for the channel, so that every time you jump in, everyone knows you're here, including me. Only for the Ultra Garthy fanboys, though. Dare you join the Patreon? Right. Use contrast as an ink. There, Jeremiah. Right. That's the base done. So I might have to, how dare you simp, yeah. Right, so I think now it's time to paint up the tusks, which is not going to be the most thrilling of things to watch someone paint, but need to be done nevertheless. And then once these tusks are done, I just need to paint the actual rider itself. I'm just thinking if there's some better way that I could, some way to hold these. Perhaps if, like, they've already got a thing, and maybe I could jam those into a cork or something. You know, would that work? The answer is almost. Yes, I think that's going to work. Yeah, well, that'll work. Now, in theory, that should be a bit easier to paint. Whether it is or not is actually that one's probably not going to be, because it's going to move around everywhere. Blue tack, or just old school it, I think. It's not the most in-depth bit to paint anyway. I think I can do it. I think I can. I'll ghetto paint it. Superb rimming, yes mate.
Give your meat a good old rub. That's it. Nice and hot. Hot and spicy meat. Yeah, boy.
See, it's how many rim jokes can we make? Well, I'm not even rimming anymore. It's disgusting, Garth. Vile. Should we zoom in a little bit? We got better camera quality now. Look, we can zoom in a bit. You guys can actually see properly what I'm doing. Maybe zoom out a little bit, because I know I'm going to go out of shot. Not that much. There. That'll do. Now, are those ropes or chains? I think they're ropes, aren't they? Maybe I should dry brush this to try and get those the grain in there. Or no, Don't second guess yourself, Garth. And you know that if you dry brush it, it will kind of look dry. Hence, dry brushing. It will look not silky smooth like the other ones. So we'll do it. Don't cut any corners. Do it properly. That was literally my internal monologue there, chaps. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give this, talking about contrasts and washes and stuff, I need this to kind of like be a nice-ish coating. Get some in there as well. Then I think what we'll do is we'll use the same technique as we did for the thatch, and try and do that on the rope as well. If we can pull that off, then that'll be glorious. As you know, painting ropes is always a pain, especially when I'm kind of just holding it like this as well. I feel like there could be a better way of doing this, but we'll see how it turns out. I'm happy with the base today. The base is done. I thought, when I looked at the base today, I thought, you know what? I'm going to need another stream to do that. See, the problem is when I'm painting like something like this at this kind of stage, like if anyone new drops in and they see me painting just this, you know, I think the tendency is that it's like, oh, that's not interesting, that's not an interesting thing to be painting, and then they just swipe straight off, don't they? Like, who wants to watch a 39-year-old man paint a elephant tusk when they could be watching a bird with massive tits paint the 56 Primaris in a row? Lorna, it's a commission, this is. I haven't painted any of my own models in, I can't even remember the last time I painted one of my own models. I've already got my OnlyFans, man. It's called 40k fans only. And I find all that kind of like 40k cosplay sexy stuff a bit weird. I mean, people are into what they're into, aren't they? But Jesus Christ, man, have some respect. The whole sort of like anime thing just passed me by anyway. Like I said, after spending 7 years in Japan, if I never saw any anime ever again, it wouldn't bother me at all. You know, going to work and then see like some kaishai and reading like some dirty ass hentai on the train. You like, get over that shit real quick, mate. Or just see people spanking off on the train. Seen that plenty of times. Pretty grim. Nobody tells you about that Japan though, do they? It's all amazing, mate. Super safe. Blah 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 blah. It's not always safe if you're a woman, mate. Sad, but true. I would hope it's changed since I was there, but I doubt it. I think that shit's culturally ingrained. Or part of the culture. Even worse. Right. Oh, that bit looks completely different now. Maybe dry brushing was the way to go. Right. Are you off to Japan in October? Mate, amazing place to go and visit and stuff. It's just, like I said, I was there for 7 years. I just wouldn't advise working there.
Bus wankers!
Thanks for that, Rambo. Yeah, Chad, mate. Thanks for stopping by, man. It's always good to have new people in, you know. Have the channel growing and all of that, not? And yeah, certainly jump on in tomorrow and you'll see a very different kind of stream. Let's put it that way. A very different kind of stream. Which I hope you like as much as this one. Right, I might even need to put these back onto the elephant itself to kind of gauge what this looks like. Now that might look really messy, like me doing it with my hand like that, but sometimes there's nothing better. I know that's not the right way to do it. There's neckbeards rolling over in their grave watching me do that. I said I've got a feeling that when I stick this back on the elephant, I'm gonna have to go and I'm gonna do it again anyway. Because this isn't coming out as good as the other tusks did. The other tusks were just plain with no grain in them. And so this kind of technique worked really well, but this is not working as well as I might have hoped. But it's like the first wash, so... All artists. Well, I like it. I like that you consider myself an artist there, Jeremiah. Don't know if I'd consider myself an artist quite yet. And thanks for jumping in, Zen. Pleasure as always, mate. And hopefully see you tomorrow for the music stream, mate. Oh, chaps, did the bumder and stuff not go off? That's because there's a cooldown. Because otherwise, literally, I could have a million memes going off at once, right? I realised that's why sometimes when people come in and the Patreon stuff doesn't go off, there is actually a cooldown set on there. Oh, the tunes will definitely be on tomorrow. But the question is, what time will the tunes be? That's kind of what I'm wondering. Because even I don't know what time the tunes are going to be tomorrow. All depends on those sales gods. And more importantly, my sales boss. What he feels like offering us tomorrow. Seriously, I do really feel like there'd be some neckbeards that just go completely insane watching me wipe those with my hands. That's not the way you're meant to do it. I saw it on a YouTube video. It's cheating. Oh. Getting a little bit warm actually. In here. Hence me sweating my tits off. Oh no, man. I hate failcast so much. I just hate resin. Is anyone who likes painting or working with resin? And if you like resin, what are the pros of resin? Like, because seriously, I can think of no pros to resin. Especially these days. Thanks, Lorna. I'm glad you think I'm an artist. I'm a long-suffering artist. I'll admit that. Resin sands, well... Mate, I don't sand nothing, man, like that. I'm a little bit annoyed that, the elephant, when I painted when I stuck the elephant together, it looked fine, and then when I put the undercoat on it, there's a big seam going down the legs, but you know, it's like painted now, it's too late to go back and fix that. Right, I'm looking for a yellow. There it is. I mean, like hobby resin, things like Forge World. Like, I really don't see the point in Forge World these days. I really don't see how Forge World models have superior detail. I mean, because in the past it was always like, oh, they've got superior detail, and you know, it's for the, you know, for the advanced hobbyist and stuff like that. But these days, I really don't see how Forge World or anything like that, you know, has a benefit on like modern plastics. Especially considering like half of the Forge World stuff, you can still see where they're just cast from 3D prints. And you can still see like the 3D print marks on the, you know, like on a Titan, for example, like some, like, you know, or when I painted a Leviathan Dreadnought, I could see, like, you know, in the arm pieces and stuff like that, you can see the 3D print marks. So when people are like, oh, 3D printing, you can't get the same detail, blah, blah, it's, no, mate. They're getting themselves at it, because a lot of these Forge World models and stuff were 3D printed anyway. But the average neckbeard would not accept that, because that's going against the Games Workshop party line, isn't it? I mean, chaps here, I mean, I'm sure some of you guys have seen, you know, 3D print marks on models that you guys have got. Like I said, certainly on things like Titans and stuff like that, you can see them. And that's not just like, you know, copying or, you know, saying that because I saw it on a YouTube video or I'm just parroting someone else. I mean, that's my own observations. And really, I don't care what anyone says. 3D printing is the future, and there will be a point where everyone has a 3D printer in their house. Not for modelling, but like a replicator on Star Trek. Your nan's going to have one. Your dad's going to have one. And they're going to download 3D prints from Amazon or something like that. They'll have like 3D printer credits. It'll be printed out in colour. And they'll just go and they'll design it all themselves. They'll be like, oh, I want to get a vase for these flowers. Look at, and then like they'll just go in there. Miss K-Mat, how's it going? I said, that's the future. That's our future. It's everyone's future. I'm making a bit of a dog's dinner in this. Yeah, see, I've got a resin printer in the shed. And I'd like to get more use out of it, but where I haven't really got any ventilation for it. You know, I want to get, like, you know, because obviously I've got my commissions up on my Etsy store, but I mean, like, I want to put like 3D prints up on there as well, but my day job gets in the way. So I can't be sitting in the shed with 3D print fumes, you know what I mean, all day every day, because that's I can't see how that would be conducive to long-term health, you know. That would be quite a rapid way to give yourself the big C. Not the big cock, obviously. You said cock. Yes, I did. Oh yeah, see, like, I could do that, I suppose. Get some like low toxic or like non-toxic resin or something. I mean, it is out there, isn't it? Oh, bunker, yeah, I mean, you know, just anything, GW, man. I mean, you dread the cost of it, don't you? I don't dread the cost anymore because I don't buy it, but I dread the cost for, you know, people who are going to buy it. Like, I mean, Yeah, so somebody messaged me and says, can you paint such and such or whatever? And I'm fucking hell, like, you know, I look at the price of some of the models and I just think, Jesus Christ. You reckon, bitch, they're always going to be, reckon Forge World's always going to be around? I don't know, man. I mean, I feel like GW could bin them off, personally. I don't get why they don't just sell Titans on their like actual website. Especially with like the sort of popularity of everything nowadays. I feel like, you know, like, I think they're missing a trick there, really, because I mean, there's so many people, like, you know, and it's getting so popular that like people are going to be like, oh yeah, and you know, there's going to be people that will just go ham and just buy everything and anything, right? You know, because they got the money. And I feel like if they had Titans on the website, people would buy them. Like, even like I said, people who've just got into the hobby, you know. Somebody's like, you know, they've got loads of money and they're like, oh, getting into the hobby, yeah, I bought myself a Titan and stuff, like, you know, you can definitely see people doing that. Kind of seems anti-GW philosophy to me, of like, just make as much money as bloody possible. What do I know, though, eh? Yeah, man, I'd love to have a Titan. Well, Mitch, you've got... How many Titans you got, Mitch? We've got Zen, who was just on the channel. He's got two scratch-built Gargants, which look absolutely amazing, better than anything that, you know, especially Orc, like Gargants and stuff like that. I'm not going to say they're easy, but like, I think scratch building a Gargant lends more than scratch building a Titan, like, you know, like an Imperial Titan, because you can be a bit more rough and ready. That's not to say, you know, scratch building an Orc Titan or a Gargant is easy, because it certainly isn't, and it doesn't take anything away, but you guys know what I'm saying, right? Because I know that there's people on the Discord who have built like scratch built card, like there's a guy who's built like a scratch built card Warlord, which looks really cool. Now, me personally, I don't think I would be able to scratch build a Imperial Titan, because I'm just like those straight lines, cutting those straight lines and sticking them together with card and stuff. I just can't see myself doing it, and like I can imagine myself fucking it up too much, and it like sticking it together, it would look naff. But I think I could give I think I could make a Gargant. I think that would lend way more to my style of doing things. So I'm just gonna have a look and think. Yeah, these need to be much whiter, don't they? I need to get some of that. I almost feel like these ropes could maybe be black. Looking at this, I'm not sure. But I definitely need to get... I definitely haven't got those colours matched. I think what I did is I actually mixed in... Don't tell anyone, I'm going to use another GW paint. Yeah, I think I might actually dry brush it, chaps. Don't tell anyone. I'm going to dry brush it. Has anyone bothered to construct a dry brush palette? I can kind of see the point in a dry brush palette, but I also feel like that's a waste of scenery. I said I'd be interested to hear if anyone's actually done that. Kitchen roll, yes mate. Yes, Rambo. Kitchen roll or a piece of old cardboard. Cardboard, I think. I used like when I was younger, like in my teens and stuff, and like I'd always use like kitchen roll or something. But I find that cardboard, just like an old box, is the best. Getting my paw prints all over this thing. Yeah, see, I'm with Mitch. Cardboard, like you said, like no fluff and doesn't like tear up or anything, and like, just kind of easier to deal with, and it really just sucks up the paint from the brush, you know. I'm going to have to find a better way to paint these tusks. I kind of don't get the point in like GW special dry brush paints and stuff like that as well. Like is it, I've got like Rise of Rust, but I mean I use that as a normal paint. I mean, it can be used as anything. Like any paint can be a dry brush paint, right? You just need to dry it off sufficiently, and you know, it could be any paint, couldn't it? Like, to me, like something like Rise of Rust, all those like supposed specific dry brush paints, it's just a paint with like less medium in it, right? So it's just an inferior paint, and even thicker than average GW paint. I don't get what makes it special about being a dry brush paint. Yeah, I mean, if GW paints... I mean, I am using GW paint right now. But like this, whatever it's called, Screaming Skull, like, I don't see how it's any different than a dry brush paint. You know, it's supposedly a base or whatever, you know. I don't know. Like I said, I try not to use GW paints as they're expensive. It's not like they're bad paints, but they're certainly not the best. Lorna, what are we going on about? A World Eater paint or World Eater Titan? Who was it who was laughing the other day that, like, the fact that I've got my name on the channel, just in case nobody knows who I am? I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, well, you know, I'm just trying to be, I think that's the old teacher in me. I'm just trying to be more, what's the word, approachable. I know this might sound dumb, but like some people are like, what's your name? It's not when it's on the screen, like. Oh, Jesus, this fucking paint. It's all split and horrible. But this is kind of what I have to use. What's a Revenant Titan? Oh, it's I think it's Eldar, isn't it? A Revenant. Is it like the four-legged one? Or is it like four-legged in old, what's it called? Old Epic. Isn't that a Titan? Isn't that a Revenant? Or am I getting confused? Shit. God damn it, these stupid little... spike things. I have to stick them all back on after this. I just feel like these tusks are going to be a stream on their own. I think I'm going to have to stick these onto the actual... I'm going to have to put these back onto the elephant and then paint them up and kind of get more of a feeling from... At the moment I'm just kind of not coming along great. Certainly too much yellow around there. Well, they banned Titans. I'm going to have to put that up there. With the other missing spikes, 3 of them have fallen off so far. Okay, I think what I'll do is, we've done the base today. I'm going to come back to those and paint those up when I paint the rider. But let's have a look what we have achieved today. So yeah, so we got this done. Zoom out a little bit. Not that much. So yeah, I think that looks suitably horrific now, which is kind of where we want it to be. And then actually, with it on there, really just kind of, it's so hard because this thing's so big, but I mean, with that on there and all the dead ends, looks proper cool. And like the blood paint has got the gloss, and that stands out against the dirt, you know. So I'm happy with that. That's pretty much what I wanted from the base, to be honest. The buttery biscuit base. So many dead ends, look. Alrighty. So I think that'll be that for today. One step closer. One step closer. Like I said, that whole elephant now is like, you know, cryingly close to being done. Like really, really close. Which is annoying, you know. I know that if I just buckled down, if I did this full time, like, you know what I mean, I'd be able to get something like that churned out like in a week, I reckon. Maybe even quicker than a week if I was doing this full time, you know. Sometimes I feel like, should I just quit my job and just do this full time? I know that you guys would love that, but I don't think my wife would love that. I don't think my wallet would like that. Right. So, like I said, I'm going to be back tomorrow. And tomorrow we are making music, chaps. So, usual time-ish. Well, it depends. If I can finish work a little bit early, then I'll start the music stream a bit early. Sometimes I go for 6 hours, sometimes I go for 2 hours, sometimes if I'm having a real bad music stream, I might even go for 1 hour and go, sod this, I can't hack it no more. Like, you know, I've got to have the muse for the music. So, we are going to go raiding. Any suggestions on who to raid? I think we'll just raid Eldritch Sophie, because I don't know, I'll just raid her every now and then. She's been about longer than me, or as long as me. Alright, lads and ladies, so like I said, I want to see you all here for the sharp music stream, for the sharp 40k music stream. Can't say fairer than that, can you? Well, you can, but anyways, that's me done for today. We've done the base. Thanks to all the new YouTubers. Thanks to all the new followers. Eternal Minis, nice one. Who else was new? White Rose Dragon. Legends. Legends of the core. Right. See you all tomorrow. And now I've got to stop the YouTube stream, which is always a pain and always really awkward. So I'm still here.